Hey everyone, today's video is gonna revolve around this really nice false cut. Now with this false cut, you can produce one card. After you've produced that one card, you can produce three more cards to make a four of a kind. After you have that four of a kind, you can change them into a different four of a kind. So I'm gonna show you what this looks like right now. Now keep in mind, my handling is still a bit sloppy because I'm still practicing this, but I wanted to show you this really nice cut. So as you can see here, we were able to produce a king. Like I said, we could produce one card. Now I actually said we could produce a four of a kind. So if I just move these back just like this, we actually have here all four kings, as you can see here. Now, to make this a different four of a kind, if I turn the deck over, give it a little riffle, just like this, we have the four aces. That is the false cut. Before we get into the tutorial, the cards I'm using are the Hellions or the Helions. I'm not too sure which. These are by Daniel Madison, but you can purchase these at Illusionist. They are really nice. I don't know if you can purchase these at Illusionist, but these were created and distributed by Illusionist. I will leave my deck review down below in the description. So, in order to do this false cut, here's what you're going to do. First, I'm going to teach you the false cut on its own, and then I will go ahead and teach you with the added bonus effects, you could call it. So, for this to be a false cut, I actually took the deck and I put it in clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds, 2 through queen, okay? So here's 2 through queen for the spades. Here's 2 through queen. Oh, well, there's the hearts, actually. So here's 2 through queen for the diamond. So this isn't exactly in order, but you'll get my point here. Here's 2 through queen for the hearts, and then 2 through queen for the clubs. Okay, so in order for this to work, here's how you're going to do the false cut. First, you're going to hold it in mechanics grip. So your index fingers on top, your middle ring pinkies on the side, your thumbs on the other side. You're going to come over and you're going to take off some cards. Now, I take off about 10 to 15 cards and I hold it like this. So middle ring pinky on top, thumb in the back, index on top. You're going to be doing two things at once, and you need to know how to do the one hand cut, the Charlier cut, or the Charlie A cut. If you know how to say it, leave a comment in the description. If you don't know how to do that cut, check out my tutorial in the description. So the two things you'll be doing at once are a one hand cut. Okay, so that brings us back to our order. And then a Stuart Gordon double left. Now, the nice thing here is that you're not actually concealing two cards for a double left. They see you actually now lifting up the packet. So, in order to do this Stuart Gordon, you're gonna actually apply pressure down with your thumb and move it up. And when you do that, that moves the back end up, meaning when my pinky here goes right across the bottom of this packet, sort of like this, that makes it so these cards can't fall out any. And then I can put my ring finger down there. I'm gonna lift this packet up and just slide my thumb right down the face of it. And at the same time, I'm gonna do a one-hand cut. Before I close it, however, I'm gonna bring these cards over, put them face down, and then I'm going to put my pinky in and close up. So now you have a pinky break. You're going to come over in the same grip, middle ring, pinky front, thumb at the back. But this time with your pinky break, you will notice you have a thumb break as well. So I do a swivel cut. Just take your thumb and make contact with this bottommost corner sticking out. I push up just a little against my middle ring pinky, and then I move out. And when I do that, you will notice that I can throw this half on top. And that keeps the cards in the order they were in. Now, I will be going over that again, but it will be as we go over the production. So, no need to worry. So now for the production here, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna take out two four-of-a-kinds. In this case, I took out aces and kings. You can take out anything. The four-of-a-kind you want produced at the very end, in this case, aces. What I do is I put a slight bend in them, but hot dog way, and it's actually gonna help you. Now, this isn't gonna ruin your cards any, so you don't need to freak about that. But if you put this on top, you'll notice it has quite a bend here. So when you lift up, well, then you can lift to those aces. And this is why I also riffled the pack when the kings were face down, just to get that bend out of there. The aces are face up. I'm going to take that other four-of-a-kind, leave one of them face up, and the rest are face down on top. So, in order to produce one card, here's what you're going to do. You're going to start off with the false cut. So everything's pretty much the same. You come over in the grip. You're going to start doing the Stuart Gordon, and at the same time, you're going to do a one-hand cut. You're gonna put these cards in the, packet here. You're gonna get a pinky break before you close down. You come over and do thumb break. You're gonna swivel cut, and here's where you're gonna produce the card. Instead of just throwing this on top, you're gonna do one more Stuart Gordon, but right as you turn the packet over, because of friction, you're gonna pull these fingers back, and when you do that, that one card will come right out with friction. And that really is how you can produce a card. Okay, so we're here. We catch the break. We're gonna swivel cut. I do a Stuart Gordon. I put these on top, but I just kind of, pull back all the cards except one with my thumb, and then I just, slide it out. And that's how you can produce one card. Now, in order to get that four-of-a-kind, here's what you're going to do. You're going to be showing the king, and you're going to be catching a break underneath the second card. I did a pinky count, but of course, you can put this king face down on top and catch a break that way. You can riffle up. You can even show the king, push off the card, put your pinky in, and pull back. I'll leave a link for the pinky count, but you're going to put this king face down on top, and you're going to grab everything again like a Stuart Gordon. So a lot of moves are going to be based off of the Stuart Gordon. So you're going to actually do the Stuart Gordon. At the same time, you apply pressure with your thumb on this top left diagonal corner. Apply some pressure with your pinky for these other cards. So pinky count beforehand one card, and you're just going to move this card up and to the back. And if you pinky count with your pinky, okay, you'll notice how that king there actually stays where it's supposed to, sort of like this. But if you don't have your pinky there, well, now you can see the ace actually flashed. So get a pinky count with your pinky, apply some pressure. You're here, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3. You're going to split these two cards apart, and at the same time, you're going to move this card back. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3. And now notice how when I move the card all the way back, I was able to put my index finger right here and hold it. So now you produced a four of a kind from that one card. Finally, how do you change it into a different four of a kind? You're going to grab these kings and you're going to be showing them and talking. And you'll notice you still have a little bevel. So if you push up, well, that's where the aces are. Meaning, I like to push up there, and you'll notice how it might lift up at the other end, just so I can put my pinky in there. I like to catch a break beforehand. I'm gonna put these four kings on top. I'm gonna turn over everything like a double. I riffle this time to get that bend out, and these are changed into aces. Now they might still have that hot dog bend, which then you can hot dog bend the entire deck if you would like. But those are the four aces, and that is the false cut. I will walk you through that one more time, and then that will be the video, because this is quite complicated at first. So you don't have to do this, but I like to put my deck, if I'm going to practice this, in, ace to king, then in clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. And then I take out two four of a kinds. In this case, I took out the aces, obviously, because look at that ace of diamonds. And then look at these kings. Really neat as well. This whole deck is actually quite cool. But anyway, the four of a kind you're going to produce at the end, you're going to leave face up on top of the deck. And I put just a slight hot dog bend. You don't have to do that, but it helps when you're showing the kings and you're leaving these on top to lift up and then turn over. Just be careful though, because when I was practicing, I noticed I lifted up the second card with it. So when I turned it over and I saw the two, well, then I know that I cut into my new deck order. So that's not good, any. So your first four of a kind, one of them is going to be face up. It doesn't matter. And the others are face down. So I'm going to walk through the false cut one more time, and you just follow along with me. So we cut off about 10 to 15. And when you do this, actually, you want to get past your setup stack, because this is already 8 cards, okay? So that's why I said about 10 to 15. But if you wanted, you could actually cut more, okay? It really doesn't matter. So let's say we cut around this many. I'm going to start doing a one-hand cut with this half. I'm not going to close it, but at the same time, I'm going to be doing a Stuart Gordon. I'm going to put these in. I like to put my pinky in, and I close up. So now my thumb can come over, and notice how that break is still there, meaning I can swivel this top half out, but now I'm going to do one more Stuart Gordon, and then I can put him on top. And that is going to be the false cut, really. That's going to maintain everything. Obviously, you wouldn't show the deck after. I'm just showing you the deck. So now to produce that first four of a kind, obviously don't tell them you're going to be producing a four of a kind. If you have a spectator's card on top because you forced it, you controlled it back to the top. This is nice because you can find the other four of a kind, and then it can change into aces if they named like the four aces or something. Just something I threw out there. So you're going to do a Stuart Gordon. At the same time, you're going to do a one-hand cut. You're going to throw these in, catch your break. you're gonna swivel these out, but this time when you do your Stuart Gordon, okay, your four fingers here are gonna be applying pressure down and pull back, and your thumb will actually be able to push that big block of cards aside to grab the first top card. After you have the first card, you can show it off, catch a break underneath the second card. I wouldn't do it out in the open, but for video tutorial, I am. Put this king face down on top and say, okay, not only can I find one card, I can find two cards. Do a Stuart Gordon, and this is when I like to get my pinky break and get ready with my thumb. I say, not only can I find two cards, I can find one, two, three. I'm going to split these cards apart and pull this top card up, sort of diagonal and back. So one, two, three, just like this. And then my finger, notice my index pinches down and can move it. And now you found a four of a kind, which is a really nice production in itself. So grab that king, and you can show these. And with that hot dog bend now, you can lift up. I you can lift it up actually all the way. If you put your fingers right, under it in a way, you can then grab it and then lift it up. You can put your pinky in and then bring it back down. I put these kings on top. I turn them over. I riffle the deck. Don't flash the aces though. So I riffle the deck. And then I can show we have the four aces. And that is the video. So I hope you really enjoyed this false cut here. If you are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time with a new video. Bye.